Jake Swag. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jaffe here, the host of the show. We got Big Chris in the building. Big Chris, say what's up to the good people out there in the world.
What's going on? How y'all living? How y'all living?
How you living, man? That's what's up, man. Don't forget we got Mike up in this night. Mike, say what's up.
What's up to the people? How you living?
What's up, y'all? H-Town, holding it down. We gonna hold it down. Get back up in this Just Acting Up show. Let's go. We're gonna get into this real quick. So we was talking about the COVID situation, since that's heavy on everybody's mind, like every day, all day, every day. So who was, I think it was Biden or somebody, I can't remember exactly who it was. Who was it that said the whole COVID thing, the masks and everything? I
think it was the CDC.
CDC
Was saying that people, if you've been vaccinated, you don't necessarily have to wear your mask everywhere.
Yeah. So
yeah,
man, look, I during this situation, I expect people to act like people. Like earlier before we got on the show, this guy I was talking to, he was talking about how his friend has a bar, and this lady pretty much came in and he's had it on the sign saying, "Ma'am, I understand that we don't have to wear masks anymore, but as respect for everybody else, just wear your mask, just to keep things cool." She should have gotten this man's face and fake coughed in his face, and he threw her ass out.
You can go to jail.
Lucky that's all he did.
You lucky.
Lucky.
You lucky.
Lucky.
Lucky he didn't have his girl there, or sister there, but like, hey.
Do y'all still wear a mask when you like going to the stores?
Yeah.
I do.
Yes, definitely.
Well, Walmart, you gotta wear a mask still. Kroger's too.
Yeah.
All grocery stores actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
The only place I hadn't really wore a mask probably would be the barbershop. But I go when nobody's there, so I know I'm going straight in. I got an appointment, go in,
Yeah, I went to O'Reilly's today and I didn't wear one because I was in a hurry to make the show. So I said I didn't wear. And then I saw all these customers come in. I'm like, damn, they wearing a mask.
And I understand, man.
I'm being insubordinate.
It's always that one not wearing.
It's always that one. Look at him,
man. And y'all, we understand that, man. And see, it's like I said, I expect people to act like people. And even though that order has been sent out, like just don't cause any more problems or no nonsense. People just ask you, just be respectful of others, because that's how we got in this mess. People not keeping their hands to each other and not being respectful of others. That's how disease gets spread, ladies and gentlemen. Nasty ass people.
Yeah, but people still going at it.
Did they ever stop?
They never. That's what I'm saying. They never stopped. They never slowed down.
No.
They're like, what COVID? People died? Oh, okay.
Atlanta's been open.
I have certain family members. I'm not gonna call them out, but they are in the nightclub life, and they've been having full out packed parties, thousands of people. Still, I'm like, how is this still happening? Why are all these people? Like, it's no point in having a mask if you're gonna have it down and y'all all on top of each other.
Right.
Yeah, I know. In the beginning, I was wearing mine wrong. I heard like this.
Underneath the nose.
Yeah, because I couldn't breathe. I can't breathe.
No, I got a mask. The mask I got like 3 different kinds. So every mask I have is some type of intimidation for some reason. It makes no offense, white people, but some of y'all get a little nervous around me. So I have my Black Lives Matter mask. I have one that says I can't breathe.
I seen that one.
They always get uncomfortable with those. And then I have this one, it's a biker mask. So it wraps around like a whole black mask that wraps around half my face.
Yeah.
I look kind of like a mugger, I guess, to them. I don't know. They always like this one lady, I was somewhere and I got out the car and this lady went and looked in my car, looking all in the car. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like,
you gonna move around?
Like you have to, it's a mask, like,
Yeah.
Move around.
How you gonna be biased? Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm ranting.
It's all good, brother, because it's something to rant about. But it's like it's just something to rant about. And
I mean, until like I'm in the store, and I'm, how you run into people at the store, like y'all may be hitting the corner, like this one lady shouted so loud, like ah! I was like, I was like,
I'm trying to hurt you, lady.
Like, I'm shopping just like you. I'm gonna just rob you in the middle of the store.
You just,
like she just screamed like I was about to just jump.
Like, a black man
in the mask. Oh my
God. Yeah. I'm like, ma'am, everybody's wearing masks, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Too many people here are crazy, man. So if you live in the Houston area, just want to give everybody a quick update real quick about something, man, that I came across. Well, a friend of mine sent this to me. So giving y'all fair warning right now, if you stay in this here area. Let me read this real quick if I can get to it. Come on now. So pretty much, where is it? Here we go. So full ramp closures start on June 4th.
I heard about that.
Yeah, it's coming real soon. So it says closing soon, I-69 Southwest Freeway, northbound and southbound, I-69, the ramp closed. Yep, West Loop, northbound, West. Yep. So just giving everybody fair warning now. So if you stay in that area, you got to drive through that area. Please plan accordingly because this says it's going to be going on to 6 to 8 months. And if you live in the Houston area, if you live in it, it's going to be longer than that, in my opinion.
6 to 8 months.
You might as well say
so
2.
that's like one of the busiest areas because I'm not.
But why are they doing it? What's the reason for that?
Man, look, I'm gonna tell you like this right now. Houston about to become real. We see how 50 Cent is here now. Shout out to 50 Cent.
Speak on it. I was just gonna say it.
Yeah, and to quote my friend Mike that's on this show and my friend Chris that is on this show, Houston about to become that hot spot where celebrities and everybody else is coming. All it takes is one. And with the series that we in, O'Shea, how that's getting a lot of steam, and with how
shout out to Eric Hunter.
Shout out to Eric Hunter. Yeah, O'Shea.
I'm still waiting to get casted, man. Come on.
I'm an extra dressed like you, brother. I'm an extra just like you, man. But yeah, man, it's Houston about to become, I ain't gonna say the next LA, but probably Atlanta, or I don't know. We picking up a lot of steam. Yeah. And they're noticing that it's a lot of people moving to Houston still.
Especially with Georgia and that voting law that they put in place. A lot of people are taking their productions out of Georgia, and with a lot of people already moving in Houston from California, because Houston is probably one of the most we have a lot of transplants from different areas, especially from California. We get a lot of people from California that move here, so it's like it makes sense, you know. And I think that what people like about Houston is that it's big enough to where for celebrities, it's a lot of celebrities that you may not know that lives here because Houston is big enough to where we don't have like that, how the media is out there with like TMZ. As soon as you get out the airport, oh, what's going on, Cameron? Well, you get in here, you can sneak in, sneak out. People wouldn't even know you was in the city until you left.
I'm telling you,
like, wait, he was here this weekend? You know, like,
yes,
he able to keep that. Yeah, he able to keep that discretion.
But bump all of that. That all sounds good and well, and welcome to the city, you all. But that traffic gonna be something else, man. I remember 59 used to be just 1960 when we moved on this side. It was, I mean, you can literally at 4, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you could just cruise and see no traffic. No traffic. In the early 2000s. Now you get caught at 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It don't matter if it's a weekend, man. You out of there. This is gonna be traffic. And I have seen 3 accidents unfold in front of my eyes on 1960.
Man, it's getting brutal, man. And that's people. We got Southern hospitality down here to a certain extent. Here in Texas, for everybody who come here to move here in Houston, Texas, we will shoot your ass. So
that's the law. So they definitely will.
You're gonna find out how ruthless Texas is. I'm telling you, man. And with the other Sean Partoff called Both Eyes Open, they're working with Slim Thug on filming and everything because they've been filming some things. So like Houston gaining that traction, we're gaining a lot of people looking at us like that's the next spot. And then with the stunt team that myself and Mike is with, and they also filmed some of the spots in Narco Sub. They filmed some of those spots down here in Houston, Texas, and that's going to gain some people going to take notice of that. So it's coming, and that heat index going to pick up. And I mean, it's just gonna happen. And so, man, y'all
Yeah,
get ready
yeah.
or
And,
move.
and popular places like the Turkey Leg Hut, and you
Yes.
know, and bars and certain bars a lot of people go to, like the one I forgot the name of it, Spears or something,
Yeah.
Prospect Park, Spire, yeah, Spire,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's getting up there.
Yeah.
And honestly, to tell you the truth, it's just due because we've been had talent out here. It's just people didn't look at us like that. They
Mm-hmm.
looked at us crazy, you know,
Yeah.
like we was just still country folk.
Yeah. Just like
Yeah.
Houston rap when Swisher House.
And it's like with Houston, like it's one of those cities. Like we're one of the most diverse cities in even though we're in Texas, we're one of the most diverse cities in the country. You know,
And
because
yeah.
it's like I said, a lot of people move here. It's great, and then it's
Yeah.
like even with our music, like think about the
Mm-hmm.
last few years. We got Erica Banks, we got Lizzo,
Mm-hmm.
Megan
Meg
Thee
Thee Stallion.
Stallion. You
Yeah.
know,
Mm-hmm.
they all come from Houston. You know, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
everybody's starting to tap into the
Toby.
Tobin, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Toby.
Tobin,
Yeah.
I can't say his last name. Toby N. There.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
Toby. Yeah.
Yeah, it's happening, man. And I know a couple months ago we was talking about gentrification when they were talking about how they put notes on people's doors, and I think it was Third Ward or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Saying, hey man, this person brought this property, brought this area. Y'all got to move out this certain date. I know we touched on that a little bit not too long ago. So it's happening. And hearts and prayers for the people that have to go through that as well.
Yeah.
As well
Detroit
as
area too.
yeah, man, it's coming, man. So
Yeah. So
man, so y'all get ready. It's woo.
I'm
But
glad I stay on the side where it's not too crazy.
man,
Chris, on the other hand,
Well, you know, I just learned, you know, I stay in the gallery area. So anybody know this area, it's
oh
like what those freeways y'all was talking about closing is all that's over this way. I just know all my back streets though.
yeah,
yeah, Chris is the backstreet man, so he's good.
Yeah.
dude,
He's
learn them
good.
back streets. I'm
Yeah. My
saying,
dad used to have me riding with him when he used to work back in the day, learning the maps. That's how I be learning. That's how I learned them back streets. I'm like, I can go from Sugar Land to Humble and I take one freeway. It's
I
gonna take me
have
a long time. But,
I have a godmother. I'm gonna call her too after this show. I haven't spoke to her in a while. One time we went to Astroworld from Third Ward Scott to Astroworld. She don't like the freeways, so she took the back streets. And at the time when I was a kid, it felt like a roller coaster because we just kept hitting. And now that I'm older, I'm like, how the hell did she get from Scott
man,
to Astroworld and on the back streets? Like, man,
if you don't like traffic, you'll find a way around it.
I'm telling
she's
you,
go.
there's a will, there is a way.
I sure don't like being in traffic for like 2 hours and
Man, I can't
sitting,
stand it.
yeah, wasting gas. Like
I can't stand it. That's why I don't like living far away from my job. Be honest with you, I cannot stand it. I understand why people do it, but I can't stand it, bro. Because like you gotta look at how much time you got in the day to spend with your family and with yourself. Your job is really paying you for your time. Now, if you take it an hour you get from work to home, then you get time. When you want to sit down and wind down, that's gonna take you like another 30 minutes, probably an hour. By that time, probably time to go to sleep, probably time to eat. You got kids. Your kids gonna ask you questions. They're like, "Can we do this? Can we do that?" Man, hell no! Sit your little ass down. I'm tired, man. So I'm just saying.
that's why they created happy hour.
Tip for life.
You know what? I'm gonna just chill till this traffic die down, have a drink or two.
Drink a little bit. Next round on me, y'all.
Oh, so that's what happy hour was for. I didn't know that until now.
Because
I
you
didn't
think like
know that.
it's during those prime time them traffic hours. So
That's right.
I
I didn't know that, Chris. I honestly thought that was just like, hey man, let's go get happy hour. Like we go out to go get. That's why happy hours, Chris.
get off work, have a drink or two, chill out, let that traffic die down.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a rough day, get a little buzz going and head on home.
Didn't know that.
Telling you. And speaking of Astroworld, what's the name? Got that Astroworld going too as well. Travis Scott.
Yeah.
But that's on the music side. I just want to give a shout out to Travis Scott real quick. But but moving forward, today we filming on Saturday morning, but right now, if you are at the George Floyd march and you out there with Sylvester Turner and Sheila Jackson Lee and all them out there, I want to give a shout out to you. I know what Chris about
No, I'm just saying. I was listening to Ali Siddiq on the radio. He was like, I mean, I couldn't have extended it a little bit. I mean, they walking from like Yates to TSU, which is like right across the street from each other.
It is.
He's like, I could at least went around the block, at least tried to come back.
Yeah, man. They gonna take some pictures, make it look like they, went everywhere, bro. But
well, he's from CUNY. He's from CUNY Homes, right? He's from CUNY Homes. CUNY Homes is literally across the street. Like you can walk across the street. They go to the library if they haven't changed it.
Yeah, I think they're just going from like Tilwester to like, what is it? Blodgett or something like that.
Yeah. Man, is it hot outside? That's probably what they did.
I mean, we don't want to be out here that long.
we just take some pictures with everybody, and hey, probably got some snacks out there.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, it's about what it represents. So I understand. It ain't necessarily the walk; it's the what they're doing. What the meaning of the march is for. So I get it.
Very true. R.I.P. to George Floyd and Hearts of Prayers to his family. I know I posted a couple of days ago about the Derek Chauvin, and I had to delete a comment that one dude put on that post, just a troll. So, but yeah, Derek Chauvin, they pretty much gonna let the sentencing for him, or the time that he's supposed to be serving time. They say it could get over 40 years. To me personally, you might as well say life. I don't know how old Chauvin is, but yeah, and then the next trial for the other 3 police officers that was involved in that situation, I think it's going to get started in August, if I can remember. Coming up soon. So, yeah. And but I won't get too much into it because I'm gonna go on a rant talking about homeboy who wrote on that post, and I got time for trolls. I have no time for nonsense or ignorance. So.
Yeah. I had posted something about the 3 killers of Ahmaud Arbery.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the defense is trying to turn his criminal background and trying to use that in court.
That's a tactic that they use. Instead of who should be on trial, they try to put the victim on trial. I'm like, he's not on trial. Why does his criminal history even matter?
Exactly.
They didn't know that prior to.
True.
I mean, he wasn't the one that did anything. He's the victim. So this is only acceptable in America. like this don't even phase it. I'm not even shocked. That's the sad part. I'm not even shocked because that's normal. Like that's normalcy. That happens in America.
Yeah, and speaking to that, Mike, I don't know if y'all heard, but Texas, unfortunately, I always got to start with Texas. They passed the law this week. The GOP passed the law to stop teachers from talking about racism.
Oh God!
I saw that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I saw that. Dude.
Yeah, they banned them from talking about racism, white supremacy, or current events and news. And this is one of those things. It was fast tracked by Greg Abbott, Governor Hot Wheels, to sign it into law. That social studies and civics teachers aren't allowed to discuss the concept that one race or sex is inherently superior to another, or sex, or the ideal that an individual, by virtue of the individual's race or sex, bears responsibility for actions committed in the past by other members of the same race or sex. So
you remember that episode on Martin where they had fast forward in time and Pam and Martin was old and Pam was taking care of Martin and he was in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
And she pushed him down them stairs.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? It's like, man, like they want us to forget our history, but it's like it's so embedded in our history. America was built off the backs of black people, and indigenous people. So it's like they try to erase the history so that way you can forget it, but
it's like you said, it's embedded.
That's all.
That's not a part of our history. I so hated that it is. It got interrupted. Our history got interrupted by what they wanted us to do during those times, and it sucks, and I hate it. But they need to know.
Yeah.
But that's the responsibility of the parents. Because this whole past summer, Man, my son was asking why this, why that, why, you know, in 2020 summer it was a hot one. So
But at the same time, like, how can you teach the history of this country and not talk about racism and what happened? You know, everything wasn't all like, oh, y'all forefathers came here, and you know, they want to put a gloss over our history. You know, which when you taking these classes, how can you teach a history class without just how can you? There's no way you can. You know.
How can you speak about Christopher Columbus discovering America and what happened between the Indians? And you cannot. I don't give a damn. I have seen some documentaries on HBO about that, which I think you all, the extermination of the brutes. And it talks about that. It talks about like the Native Americans they hate Christopher Columbus. They do not celebrate Columbus Day. They don't. Like, and why is that? And why is that? It's like y'all, you know, you just marking over everybody's pain and suffering like it just didn't happen. No, it happened.
Yeah, those European descents. Let me say that.
Descendants.
Those it's just like, you know, if you erase someone's history, you know, you can take away their identity, and you can kind of they're trying to build their own narrative of what they trying to, you know, because they don't like how everybody's they're seeing the power in numbers, right? This past election showed that when we all group together and really how strong we are.
Right.
So how do you take away some of that power? You take away some of that history, so they can't identify with certain things, you know, like, and like they're trying to set it up for it. We got to see the play. Like, let's say they take that away now, then the future generations, they won't know nothing about racism. You know, it's just the whole game. You know, you just gotta see the full play. You know what I'm saying?
But that's why I say the parents have to be the one to step in to recognize that for what it is, and, you know, educate. Because that's what I had to do. I had to speed up the process of telling my son about things, like, because I didn't want to, because I wanted to keep him like a kid is a kid, which he still is. But, and I teach him, don't look at other colors different. But that George Floyd last year, you had no other choice.
Yeah. When something is like bow right there, it's like, I have no choice but to. Man, they've been tearing down these statues of people that been that were slave masters, and it's I mean, that's probably another reason why, and they just don't want to cause an uproar. They want to get they're giving us the edited version of the history, and that's something that we need to know about. Now, don't just stop there saying, yeah, Christopher Columbus founded America, okay, but you know, the Native Americans over there, so I mean, what did he find? And then you got the other people that did history for us, Black history and everything else. You glossing, like Chris was saying, you glossing over the other things. No, tell me everything, what happened, why it happened, when it happened, because I need to know more about it, because history continues to repeat itself, and we tired of that cycle. So,
yeah, it's just a responsibility of the parents, bro.
Yeah,
that's it boils down to whoever that household, man. Tell your kids the real history. And it is what it is.
Yeah.
Get your babies and tell them, hey, look, this your school teaching? What your school teaching? Okay, let me show you what I learned this, and then we open conversation. Then you see what's going on. So
that's it.
Right.
That's it. What's going on in sports, man? So, like I said, this is we filming on Saturday. So I'm not sure when y'all see this show: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever you do see the show. Just know that Friday, this past Friday, on the 14th, that the Astros won. And the Rockets, they won their final home game, and that was the final commentating day for Bill Worrell, a legend in his own right.
Yeah.
That was the last day he hung it up. I thought he was going to hang it up a couple years ago, but then I guess he came back. I don't know. But yeah, and I'm glad they won, so gave him a good send off.
Yeah.
So.
That's good. That's good.
Good Bill Worrell. I remember them championship days.
Ooh, man.
Made me sound like old man. I remember them championship days.
Y'all remember when them old Rockets, boy?
The dream team.
The dream team.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna miss his commentating, man. His one-liners had me laughing, man. When somebody get crossed over,
Yeah.
that boy said when James Harden crossed up Austin Rivers that one time, that boy said, looked like Austin Rivers dropped some clothes on the floor. That boy was doing the windmill. he had me laughing a couple times, man.
He make it look like that he was out there coaching. I can because he said something about, I think it was James Harden. They was trying to get, because they didn't score a basket. This was in the playoffs, so it was very intense. So they didn't score a basket in the fourth quarter, and the game was getting close, and the Rockets had the lead. And I remember they had the ball. And it was like, come on, Rockets, shoot him. Come on, Rockets, get a basket. Then somebody finally laid it up, and he was like, thank you. It was intense because it was a team that they didn't expect us to win, and it was like game something. And if we would have won, we would have went to the next round. And it was in the fourth quarter. It was only 2 minutes left in the game and a couple of seconds, and he went out the line.
I used to like when he was paired with him and Calvin Murphy together.
Yeah.
Now, that was a pair.
That was
Calvin Murphy with them loud ass suits.
Boy, he took your grandma's curtains down or her bed sheet and just wore them a suit or something.
Yep, lime green and pink. This is what I'm gonna wear today.
I'm gonna kill him with that right there. Yeah, man. And that's what I liked about his commentating, man. He called it straight down the middle on both sides. And you need that in commentating. You don't want, you want to call your team on their nonsense when they mess it up. And Bill Royale and that team right there, that commentating, they'll let you know, nah, man, y'all effing up for real. So shout out to Bill Royale, man. Hope you have enjoyed your retirement, man. And we'll see who they get next for the next commentating. But
there's nothing else going on somewhere at 610.
Oh Lord. I mean.
Oh man, how much time we got left for our guests? Come on, this here show, man.
We got some minutes, unless y'all want to take a break. But I don't think so.
I know a certain team that needs to take a break, man. They all over the place. I don't much know who's on our team anymore. I don't know what's going on over there.
We'll have a team, but I don't know what team.
Man,
we got to pick next year. I think next year. Are we out of that first round hole? I think we do got a first round pick next year finally.
Okay, but did y'all even glance at the schedule? Did you even pay attention to the link that I sent you guys? I looked at our schedule. They said our schedule was pretty tough.
Oh, that's nice. Cool story.
I'm a horrible Texans fan right now because I was like, man, I don't much want them.
Cool story, bro.
Oh my God.
Football. What's football? Oh, never heard of it.
Man, you know they feeling over there on the Sports Radio 610 because you know they heavy on the Texans. They always, like, I'll be sitting in the car at work, like every time I turn on 610, the Texans, like, yeah, you got like get to the other stuff, man. Like so I just like, man, I don't want to hear this no more. I have more. I enjoy listening to sports radio talk 790 more than 610 sometimes. So no shade towards them. I just enjoy listening to them a little bit more sometimes. So
you see how you didn't impress everybody, man? God,
I was up
man.
here.
I had to talk about
it.
You talked about it. Shit.
We brought the whole mood down.
I was up here.
Good.
I was up here, man.
It's all good, man.
I care about them funky ass Steelers knowing.
Let me stop, because I build up karma, and them jokers will lose every single game. They'd be 0-16. I'm still
gonna see Ben Roethlisberger turn to Matt Schaub. That's what I want to see.
So let me stop. Go Texans. Go everybody.
You want that bad sports karma, man.
I don't want this bad sports karma.
I used to get it every time when the playoffs come around for basketball. For us, I start talking smack to somebody. Then right when I talk smack, they lose. I'm like, I'm good.
All right, I picked this back up at week 5.
Oh my gosh, man.
Any something happened with Deshaun Watson.
Evidence showed that Tony Busby's team initially talking to Deshaun Watson for settlement talks. So there's been talks about a settlement. That's why it's been so quiet, I guess.
Yeah, they let it die down in the press and
yeah.
see what's what. Try to make a
Because
deal.
I mean, he has no. It sucks for him to be in this position. We spoke about it because it's hard for him. He had all the leverage in the world to leave Houston, and now he don't. They still drafted a quarterback, which is interesting. So they might end up trading him, but they would. I would thought they would still trade him during the draft because he could have got that Herschel Walker trade, that mega trade back in the day. That's how the Cowboys end up being the Cowboys because they got Emmitt Smith off that trade, and I think they got Troy Aikman because they was able to get draft picks and they was able to get Emmitt Smith and Troy. So that brought championships to the city with that trade alone. So I don't know what they're doing with him, but
I don't know, man.
It's just a messed up situation because either way it goes, he don't want to play for the team.
Yeah, and they're probably in those settlement talks, and it's like because it's hard to win a he say she say type of case. That's what it is. It's his word versus theirs. So that must not be. That tells me there may not be nothing concrete on either side. And so if I'm assuming that he tried to go ahead and just try to get it over with, done with, pay him off, and just like let's get on with his career. You know.
Yeah.
That's what it's looking like because I'm saying it's a Me Too movement going on, and this, you know how hard they were pushing this. Like we heard something every day, and now like y'all said, like it just died down, and nobody heard nothing. It's been quiet for like what?
It's been quite a couple of months now.
It's been quiet. It's been real quiet, and so something going on, and I think he about to get traded or something about to happen. Something about to happen. It's been real quiet, so.
All the teams that was expecting to get him, the 49ers, they got someone out of the draft. The Bears too. That was those two teams and the Jets grabbed someone too. So it's like everybody is locked in with their quarterback. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't have because from what my understanding was that if it was going to be a trade, it had to happen either before the draft or during the draft. But now that the draft is over and everybody got who they wanted. At one point, they said that it would have been if the Jaguars reached out, and I think they tried to with the Texans to get Deshaun, and then they do a Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence come to Houston.
They probably gonna trade him for a bag of potato chips to somebody who has a quarterback who they think might be a decent quarterback, and if that quarterback doesn't do good, then they have Deshaun in their back pocket. So I think that's what might happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, well, on time will tell.
So pretty much we ain't gonna get nothing good for Deshaun because of what the situation was going on.
That's why they drafted the quarterback. They drafted him. I forgot the guy's name. But they're gonna probably get a couple of defensive players, a couple of offensive players for him, and then they're just gonna be. So
what happens.
What happens. Yeah.
Yeah. Fallout. And then people gonna rant and complain all day, and I'm gonna just have to turn that radio off because I don't want to hear it. But we gotta go through them growing pains. Gotta go through it. But,
come to Texas, old Deshaun. Come on. Come to the Steelers, Deshaun. We all right.
Yeah, y'all used to dealing with that. No, let me stop.
Pittsburgh, we all right, man. It's a little bit cold out there, but we'll take care of it. I live in Pittsburgh, Texas.
Oh my gosh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get at the Critics Corner real quick, see what's going on in the entertainment business. So we're gonna get this one out the way real quick. So all three of us finally sat down and watched them. We're gonna get this one out the way, get my traumatized ass on out the way.
You are not allowed to recommend anything movie TV wise for at least 2 months.
Yeah, James did that. James did that. He
I
did
did
that
do it.
to all of us.
Now that my memory comes back to me, I apologize upon the just
Oh,
acting.
I'm gonna let you remember. My wife, she said, I hate that about your ass. You remember shit there. Yeah, you're right. I'm going.
It wasn't
Next time,
necessarily the scary stuff that got me. It was the more the racism that creeped me. I was like,
It was both for me, bro. It was
man.
both.
See, this is why I'm the wrong one to watch scary movies with. And I know next time I see Mike's wife, she probably gonna say, you the
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
But
cat
I,
in the
I
bag.
see. Man, okay, so for me, this show, like you said, Mike said, it was a racism and everything else. It was everything. But Miss Vera, man, like I don't deal with dark figures in the dark.
Hmm.
Like I don't deal, and the way how they had her entrance, her setup was perfect. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm turned on every light whenever I come into some dark rooms. You know, I ain't got time for it, man.
It
So
was the Hat Man for me, the tap dancing man.
yeah, dancing man. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
kind of creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
That guy was creepy. Yeah,
for me,
yeah.
it was that good old fashioned hate racism. Cause like actually the scary stuff didn't do me too bad, but it was when you got into the cat in the bag that stuck with me. That one, and then the one with when they was going back in the day with the they helping
yeah.
out the black couple. How you gonna invite me to come stay and then you gonna burn me up? Like,
It was man. It was brutal. It
yeah,
was brutal with they held nothing back. I mean,
Yeah.
the losing of the fingers, the punching of the eyes, the cat in the bag.
I
Oh
was like, oh.
Yeah, man.
God. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but
Yeah,
I'm just interested to see now how they gonna go into season two because it really was like us versus them.
yeah.
right.
Yeah, like you know.
What they gonna do? So what you gonna do? I'm sorry, my bad. Tap dancing man.
Yeah, the
But
tap
That's
dance.
all I could think about when I seen the tap dancing man was Mike was like, is you will or is you ain't? I mean, they
Yeah,
found the person with the biggest teeth.
the biggest
yeah,
teeth,
the biggest,
Is
whitest
you
teeth.
big
is
the
or is you
whitest
ain't?
teeth.
I was like,
And then he was talking shit when he said the man said
I wanted to punch his
the
teeth
man,
out so much.
that man say I just grabbed the sugar plum and mastered and cut my finger. Then the other guy said if I was that nigga you wouldn't have done shit.
That made me laugh. I ain't gonna lie, man. But yeah, man. So them scary movies, man. Oh man. But moving on from that, so the girl that was on the youngest girl that was on them.
Mhm.
She's actually gonna be in the Kevin Hart movie called Fatherhood that comes out during I think the weekend of Father's Day. So I think that was good that her parents said, "Hey, sweetheart, you did some dark, traumatizing things on that. Were you a part of it? So it's good to have you in another film where it's lighter.
Yeah.
Then you have to deal, you don't have to worry about a therapist right now. So
I'm gonna ask you a question. Would you let your daughter do it? Because my wife said that if my son had an opportunity to do that, she wouldn't let him.
I don't think I would.
It depends. It's up there. That's up to the parent. You
That
know.
it is,
Yeah.
right?
I don't
Right.
think I would.
Yeah, that's up to the
I want to
parent.
keep, yeah, I want to keep a child in a child place, and it all depends on what slowly steps that they take to break out.
And
Because
then and who knows how they shot it to where they what they exposed them to as far as when they're shooting it too, you know,
very true.
to where they maybe shoot that scene but they don't realize what the full scope of things going on. So I wonder if they,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, them child stars, man, they the ones. Cause like, look at what Macaulay Culkin did. He was introduced to what Home Alone. Then he did what Page Master. And I'm not going by chronological order, but you know he did Home Alone, then Page Master, then he did The Good Son. Good Son was a good movie, but also at the same time, I'm like, man, this little boy
Oh
messed
yeah,
up.
yeah. The Good
And then he
Son was a
did
good
Hmm,
movie, but man,
My Girl. So
hmm.
all them damn bees. So it's just if for anybody out there who has child actors, you want to. That's between the parents and themselves. But I do get a feel for it. Like, man, you want your child to slowly transition into the right films and right TV shows or whatever, so they
Right.
can if they want to have that longevity and go into it. You're like, oh, okay, this kid did this friendly thing. Now he doing this. Now he doing this. So yeah,
because the oldest girl was on Us.
Yeah.
that's right.
She was the
That's
one
right.
from
She,
She
us.
was. She
yeah, she
was.
was on Us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, her scenes again. That she was another one that kind of messed me up a little bit too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, they was addressing so much, like just self hate and
Yeah,
oh my goodness. They I mean it went there. It
yeah.
had.
They couldn't hold back, because if they held back, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. I owe y'all something. I owe y'all apology, more than an apology for that traumatized.
Yeah, you ain't shit. Nah,
it wasn't me. It wasn't me this time. I remember I was at the courthouse trying to get my sticker, and he's like, here's a trailer to them. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go watch that when I get home.
I had to close my bedroom door then. I ain't never closed my bedroom. I'm like, I'm the only one to stay here. But I'm like, I'm just gonna close this door today.
Well, that episode 5, I had to walk away like, damn, let me just turn everything off. I'm done. I went outside. I smoked a cigar. Just looked.
I was just sitting here like,
I know. And then they ended it like
and then I text them immediately like, wait.
Then they ended it like that. Like, that's it. That's episode 5.
That's how y'all gonna end it? Like, man.
I knew it was crucial because they had so much disclaimers in the beginning of it.
Oh my gosh, man. So moving forward, I don't want to dwell.
Lighter news.
In other news,
there's a new show that came out this week too. The Upshaws.
I checked that out. Yeah,
with, Mike Epps, Kim Fields, and Wanda Sykes.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I dig it. I like what I'm seeing so far. Yeah, I like what I'm seeing so far. I'm on episode 4 or 5, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It definitely shows a blended family. You know, he had a break baby on his wife, and he got that son from so it's a good blended family dynamic.
Yeah.
You know, Wanda is that auntie that always talking stuff that don't like him.
Yeah.
Kim Fields is his wife, Mike Epps' wife, so it's a pretty good solid show.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I haven't watched it yet, but it's number 1 on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
That one kid, the young teen, I forgot his name already. The young boy.
Kalen, something like that.
Yeah, the younger son. He actually worked with the lady who I'm a part of her workshop. He worked with them before.
Kelvin, that was his name. Kelvin.
Yeah, there you go. So that's pretty cool right there to see that he got some work. So she posted that, and we all told him congratulations and everything. So yeah. Invincible, we all watched Invincible.
Yeah.
That was pretty, man.
I like the way the cartoon is drawn. I like how it's it gives you that old school feel from like from us 90s kids growing up. Like remember like how the X-Men cartoons used to look like. It was drawn in that type of space. Yeah, the storyline was decent.
Yeah, it was a good twist to it because it didn't start getting the that moment till at the end of the episode 1. Because when I watched it, I'm like, man, this is like a Dollar Tree version of the Justice League. Because I was like, it's all right. But then after the credits, like how Marvel does it, it was like, whoa. Yeah. Then it took it from there. That's the Invincible. In the beginning, it was like Justice League, but after that, this is the Invincible. This is a different show from what you think it's going to be, and I like that twist that they did.
Yeah, I think episode 1 really, if really Superman was really gonna fight them,
that's how it be.
That's how it would have went.
That's how it be.
That's how it'd been. Yeah, definitely.
And I said, dang, boy. And the memes are heavy right now. The whole little, you got to think, man. Memes are heavy up in this right now. Yeah. So I enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, definitely. So,
yeah, they got a lot of good working actors on. Carl Winslow, he's the principal. He was the principal, man. And Marshawn Ali, he's in it. He's the I don't know the character's name, but he's the black guy with the rock.
Mahershala Ali,
Mahershala Ali. I said Mahershala Ali. Yeah,
that was a good fake out. His episode.
Yeah. They got a lot. Everybody in there, man.
Yeah, they got a lot of people.
Everybody is in that thing, man. So check out Invincible if you haven't. What else is out there? Angelina Jolie movie dropped today. Those That Want Me Dead, I think that's on HBO Max, as well as Spiral is out. Been hearing some good things about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out tonight.
Nice. I want to see Chris Rock in that light. I heard he did really good. I already watched.
if you really watch Chris Rock, right, he's really a good. Like a lot of comedians are really good, like just actors in general. Like people know Kevin Hart as like a comedian, you know, it's funny all the time. But if you really watch his movies, when there's those serious scenes, I'm like, he really can act, like, you know. So I know this Father's movie is going to be good. And then looking at Chris Rock in the same space, what movie was that? I Think I Love My Wife.
Yeah.
Although it was a comedic movie, in those serious scenes, it's like, okay, you can really see him. Like, I felt the emotion. I'm like, okay, he acting. So
Yeah.
So this one I think is gonna be good.
Yeah, Kevin Hart has got an action movie coming out called Borderlands. That's based on the video game. And I don't know what his character is because I never played Borderlands, but it's a pretty popular video game. And it's going to be his first little action movie. I remember when they asked him on the Breakfast Club, they, you know, you doing all this working out. He said, I'm not doing this for nothing. I'm going to be in some action movies.
Right.
So,
spoken to existence. He got the physique for it, and he can be that comic relief. But you know, hey, it's a good look for him. I like the projects he's a part of right now. So.
Yeah. So Spire is going to be fire. I believe it's going to be a good movie.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it and watch it. Another one, The Mitchells versus Machines. If you haven't watched that on Netflix,
that is the most funniest cartoon I have seen in a while. The Cruise was funny, but it wasn't this funny. I can't remember the last time that I have seen my son. We sat back and we watched it. That is a good cartoon, bro.
It's versus the Machines. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's a good family show.
And there's another show I've gotten into, this show called the Circle. That came back with season 2.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Circle, that is interesting. I don't know how, you know, you working all day, you find stuff to do while you're at work. The Circle is like they put like strangers in these apartments where they don't see each other, they can't talk to each other, they only talk through their little messaging thing. Like it's like you know. So it's like you're trying to become an influencer to kick people out. You know, people could be catfishing each other.
Right. I seen the first season. I make fun of my wife for watching that because Netflix have so much to offer, but she decides to watch that show, which is probably a good show, but that show, cooking, forging knives, and other. I'm like, man, it's like a million. That's like all these other movies, and you decide to watch that.
It's really all it is them talking about, hey, it's like saying, like you're talking to Sirius. I'm like, hey, message. You just watch people message each other all day. That's pretty much the whole show.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out who each other is.
Yeah.
That's cool. I need to check that out, man. Let me see. Getting into other stuff, we got to touch on this a little bit right here. So, Portia Williams and her fiance.
No.
Man, I almost watched the show. I haven't, because I'm just, what was it? I think my era of reality TV show was back with Flavor Flav and the, you know, all them love shows and stuff. And then after that, I said, I can't watch no more because I'm tired of this shit. My brain hurt. I just can't do it no more. It's too much.
Right.
On the optics, it definitely doesn't look good for her.
No, it don't.
No.
Some kind of code, girl code, friend code, some codes are getting broken somewhere.
I had to do my research because, like James say, I don't watch the show because I recently stopped watching Love and Hip. Let me say not recently, like a year or two ago, I stopped watching Love and Hip Hop because it was the same thing. Like they meet a new girl and the girl's like, hey, let's go over to this party, and the other girl don't like that girl, but the mutual girl invited her to the party, and then before you know, they throwing drinks and shit at each other.
Yeah, or they get invited to I had to start watching it too. It was like the girl getting invited to. Everybody was doing all this music. Where's all this music?
Yeah, all the music. Yeah, all the music. I'm in the studio and all this and that and the third. And
I ain't heard it. Maybe. Well, no lie. They gave us Cardi B. Yeah, they did. They did. Outside of that, like I was like, where's this music? Everybody always recording. Like, so they got the #1 hit.
Man, I can't do it. I got tired. Like I said, after that, I Love Money, and then for Flavor of Love and Real Chance of Love. After that, I checked out because I was just tired and done with it, man. It made my head hurt trying to figure out why y'all want all this drama. I know y'all got trying to get ratings, but why? And
Hey, worth it.
Is it worth it? Hey, but I'm gonna be honest with you. They couldn't try that in Houston because they tried to have a Love and Hip Hop Houston.
Yeah.
It got for real because
They take the camera people or something.
guns started to be shown. And from what I heard, it was Johnny Blaze and Queen Brittany. They had got into
Brittany.
Yeah, just Brittany. Yeah, it's Queen Brittany on Instagram. I gave her a shout out. But anyway, they was beefing. Then they say producers was getting guns was being shown at producers, and they was taking their equipment. Yeah, you can't play that in Texas, man. In Houston. I mean, man,
we said it earlier.
We said it earlier today. Yeah,
earlier. We do not play in Texas. We will shoot you.
Now there is this one show I know that was big this week was the finale for don't judge, but I have my guilty pleasure of Married at First Sight is the name of the show.
Right.
And now Married at First Sight is like these people meet their husband or wife the day of them getting married. They married on the same day they meet them.
I think I seen something.
And then they put them for 2 months. They live together and they learn each other. And then they decided they're gonna stay together. So I just got hip to it because of Netflix. So now this particular season, I have to denounce a Chris that's on that show because he does not represent all Chris's in the world. This guy is the scum of the earth. This guy went on the show, told her people he was not attracted to her, didn't like her, but then slept with her twice, and then told her that he was having a baby with his ex. And then introduced her to the ex, talking about he bought the baby mama a BMW and all that stuff, and was gonna work it out with her and wanted to get divorced. So all that to say, they get down to this finale. They sent this girl through the wire, and she's still like contemplating being with the guy. I think I may want to stay married. And it was just like, eventually she did say she was gonna divorce him, but she still is contemplating that she's gonna stick around. I feel like she's gonna mess around and get back with him. It's like, well, yeah, it's toxic. It's toxic as hell.
It sounds.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah.
One reality show I can't see is Hoarders. They got a new season on Netflix. I can't see that. Oh no, that made me want to clean up my house.
Don't it?
I can't. Man.
But you start looking at man, them pile of clothes been sitting over there for a good minute.
I remember I seen the first episode. And my son was at school. As soon as he got out of school, hey boy, go in there and go clean up that damn room. Got shit everywhere.
Pick it up.
I cannot live my life like that, man. Oh, before I forget to, Ellen DeGeneres show, there's a rumor going around saying that Tiffany Haddish is gonna take over the show and Ellen is leaving. People have been bashing Tiffany. Some of I ain't gonna watch the Tiffany on it. Even people of our color. I'm like, man, look, man. I look at it as like this. You at your job, and you the only person that puts in for that job that people don't want. And then when you finally get it and you put that hard work in, people won't start bashing. I don't like her. I don't like him. You got that same opportunity.
That happens all, man.
I know with Ellen, she said she released a statement. She said that she always, even though everything went down with her controversy of her workplace environment stuff last year, that's not why she was leaving the show. She said she always knew she was going to end it next year because she felt like she got stagnant creatively. She said,
I can understand
she said she wanted to, that's why she started doing stand-up again and stuff because she felt like she was kind of stuck in a place creatively. So that's why she said she wanted to end the show after next season.
I understand that too. So shout out to both of them. Shout out to Tiffany if she does take it. Hey, good luck with it. And hey, but for all the people out there hating on it, man, look. Just stop. just stop.
I think Tiffany is a good replacement.
Yeah, she's showing. So, hey.
Got a lot of personality. There's a lot of new music came out. We had Migos drop some new music, 21 Savage, Nicki Minaj, J. Cole, Kodak Black. Especially that J. Cole though. Everybody's talking about that J. Cole.
Yeah, I gotta finish jamming it. I was listening to it last night, finally, and I was like, oh yeah, I have to.
The last J. Cole that I listened from start to finish was Born Center.
Mm-hmm.
Born Center is a classic in my eyes. And then there was the other one afterwards. I didn't get into it too much, but yeah, J. Cole, he comes out. He's like a Maxwell. It takes him a long time to come out with music.
Yeah, and I don't know if y'all heard, he's going to be playing professional basketball for the Africa team.
An Africa team, yeah. Him and Sack West. He's another rapper. I probably said his name. But, yeah.
that's kind of dope. You kind of get to play professionally. You know, you don't hear too many people getting into professional basketball at 30-something years old.
Go for it.
Yeah, go for it. Live your dream.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to clap it in for this gentleman right here. This is my first time meeting him, so welcome to the show, homie. This is Mike in the building. And
I'm excited. Thank y'all. Oh, it's about to be hype. Oh, it's about to be hype.
Guess what's up, man? Like I said, you know, pleasure meeting you, man. Heard nothing but good things about you, man. So, you know, I'm gonna let, since Chris and Mike know you, I'm gonna let, you know, them. I'm doing it this way because that's the side of the screen that they on. Let them, you know, handle this interview, and I'll chime in a little bit here, a little bit there. So, you know, let y'all go ahead and handle that right there, man.
Show.
Oh, man, yeah, this is a good one for me. I definitely and I've been excited about this interview all week, man. This is my guy, man. I actually have a personal relationship with him because we used to work together. I used to manage him at one point in his rap career, and we was friends before. We remained friends, man. This guy's like an innovator in the industry, in my opinion. And so, I appreciate him coming on and doing this interview today, man.
Yeah, me and Mike, we go back from the 10th grade, ninth grade campus, Humble High. Yeah, man, me and Mike, we still tapped in, man. Mike, he's a good person, bro. He'll motivate. Mike knows how to motivate the snail to go faster. So, yeah, he inspired a lot of people. Me and Will talked about you the other day, bro. It was like, man, Mike is great for you guys to interview because I remember when he made that transition. But we're gonna get into that. You know, we're gonna talk about that.
That's
about the transition from where you used to work at to now. So, you know, like you tell me, I watch you, Mike. I watch you. And we watch you too. There's a lot of eyes on you too. You helped a lot of people by just doing what
crazy.
You do. So
that's crazy. That means a lot. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going off my instinct. So I'm just having, you know what I'm saying? That means a lot that people are getting anything out of it. That means a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited.
Yeah, let's introduce you to some people. Let's kind of talk about how you got started and you know, and music, and how did you this is your musical journey. Let's get into that a little bit.
For sure. I'll give y'all the condensed version. So my name is Keybeaux. My real name's Mike, but I go by Keybeaux. Started doing music in high school. Actually, when I got cut from the basketball team, I was like, man, I got nothing but a whole semester to do nothing. And I really like music. So me and my cousin just started messing with it. And then I met another friend who started getting into it. So it's been since high school. And with music, I learned so much. It's hard to like condense it into a few sentences, but the thing is, my thing about people who are trying to do music, you always feel like there's a timeline to get signed or this or that. And if you don't reach it, then it was a dream that was never fulfilled. But for me, even after that, you know, that point where you hit 29, 30, and it just still don't pop, I'm just like, well, I still love doing this. So I just don't want to stop. And as I kept going, the industry of the world changed. Social media became more prevalent. People older became having a voice, and it almost felt like there was a resurgence of appreciation for all different viewpoints. So where I thought my music path may have took a end, it just took a whole new beginning. And I never stopped creating music, but then I ran into a freelancer website called Fiverr, which was a platform for people to do graphic works and all this. And I saw people were rapping on there. So I checked it out. Like, boy, these rappers ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I come on there, I'm going to kill it. That's exactly what I thought. And I just took my job, let me go, because I kept like going home and knocking out little Fiverr freestyles and verses. They're like, hey, bro, you late too much. So we got to let you go. And the manager was like, good luck on that music. I know you do that. Good luck. And I went full time into it, and since 2017, that's all I've been doing. That was just my full source of income, just writing for commercials, for shows, movies, ghostwriting. So what was my passion that I had no idea where it could take me became my bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? It was a blessing. So I got to meet people all over the world and got to do so many things. And I feel like it's just getting started. So that's pretty much my full, thing as far as music. But I still do my own thing for my own music, but I work with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So
No, I think that's dope, man. I think
Yeah.
a lot of artists, especially that's gonna be like when they do your unsung, I can't wait to talk about it. I'm definitely like a lot of artists always they don't everybody is I think we had this conversation before where everybody's trying to get through this one door to get into the
yes.
industry
Right.
and find that way one way in, but you found another door. It's like, you know what? And you still able to still do what you love and still able to be creative and everything. So I think that's
when you think of when you ask people who's your favorite rapper, it's usually going to be like depending on the age, it's only going to be a handful of people they name, which is crazy because you think about how many people actually rap. So if you actually say you have a friend who raps and you ask your friend who's your favorite rapper, they're never going to name that person. They never name your friend. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. We name who we've been influenced by and who we've seen. So I'm like, if we only go off of what we've seen, there's no chance. But if you think of it as a bigger picture, like video games need songs, movies need songs, this and that needs songs. When you start to think like that, the people that make the biggest impact on music, you don't even know their names. You know what I'm saying? Look at the liner notes. Look at the people that make the most bread, we don't know their names. And I got to talk to some of these people, and I'm just like, oh, so it's not about who you see the most, it's about who's moving things around. And so it just changed my whole world. Like I used to want to be fully that face. Like I have to be seen. I have to be an image. And I still am, but I'm like, bro, there's money over here and it's so much. So it really hurts me on a side note, not to go off of a tangent. It hurts me to see when I see people who look like me, black people, when we have beefs or fight. It's just whack, man, because there's so much money to make. I'm just like, it's so much. There's untapped. There's businesses that's just like, we need a rapper, but we don't know nobody. If we got to think outside of just that one door, like Chris said, it's buku doors that's just untapped. They ready to pay somebody. You know what I'm saying? So.
Cool. Hey, Mike, how do you balance creating music and you are a father? Congratulations.
For sure.
For father, husband, how do you balance that throughout the day? Because that's my main problem, and it's like I'm juggling, fumbling, going through it.
Yeah.
But I'm making my strides from acting to podcast, and then we got to be active on social media. So how do you do it, Mike? Because you've been in it for 2017. How do you make it work for you?
Bro, that's not easy. I don't even know if I have a definitive answer, but I think it's just you create a schedule and then everybody's in one accord, because it's hard, man. Like having to do work and then trying to create stuff for social media, and then also it's a lot, bro. I've had a couple of burnouts. I had so many burnouts. I had a nervous breakdown. I didn't even know that was a real thing. I used to hear people say that. I was like, yeah, I had it. It was like 2018 because I was going so hard for like 24 hours. And I'm just like, my wife's like, yo, we got to go to Austin. We got to chill. I was like, nah, but I got to respond. I got to send an email. Nah. So mental health is super important. Taking a break is super important. That email will get sent, but if you burn out and kill yourself, you kill your creativity, you kill your energy, you get into a sinkhole. So you have to create a schedule for yourself and then cut it off. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be a time where you're not responding in the middle of the night on phones. Like I have to learn that, but you got to give yourself time to not do, and that's hard. But it's a schedule. It's creating a schedule. You know what I'm saying? And learn to say no. I had to read a book called The Power of No.
And I like that book. I need to pick up that book. I need to be the one to create the second book, because I say no to everybody. When you be a father and you got to, I never said no a lot until I became a father. I said no to my mom so many times she don't even ask.
Yeah, no. I heard Dr. Dre say he says no more than he says yes, and that used to bug me out. I'm like, bro, you're missing on opportunities. When somebody DM me on Instagram and they be like, hop on a verse, I used to be like, yep, let's do it. And then eventually I was like, what's the point? What is the end goal? If I burn myself out doing everything and nothing got accomplished, so you have to start thinking like, what is the purpose of me doing whatever? Because your energy, your time, you can't get that back.
Exactly.
It's something you can't even pay for. It's like,
No,
I
you
like to
can't.
buy 10 years back, please. You can't do it. You know what I'm
No, you
saying?
can't. No.
Yeah. So you have to be sparingly of your time. And like you said, when you become a father, it's even less time. So
Yeah.
if you're on the phone, you know, somebody call you, be like, yeah, man, I'm just seeing what's up. You like, okay, well, what you want? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got all day. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, we don't
get
have
to
no
the
time.
point.
Please text me. I just want you to text. You could have texted me that.
You could have
Right.
texted me that because I gotta. You feel me? It's a lot of stuff. So yeah, like right now, like it was set time for this. So yeah, I'm excited, bro. But yeah, that's how I do it. It's scheduling.
Cool.
Okay. Is there any new spaces that you're trying to get into that you're trying to? What's next? What's the new? Is there any new spaces you're trying to get into? Any new?
Yeah, for sure. So I am working on a lot of new music. But the thing about music is there's an overabundance of music. There's more people that make music now. So if you say, yo, I got a project, it's like, man, I still got albums from big artists I ain't got to listen to yet. So I'm kind of rethinking like, how do I want to present this music for it to be digestible? Because listen, it's so much. So I'm like, if I'm doing it, it's, you know, I really want to make sure that it's presented right, and I'm proud of everything I put out under Keybeaux. I'm proud of, so I have no regrets. But the next few things I'm doing is I'm putting out music. But the animation world, what happened was during the quarantine, I was on TikTok like everybody else, and I saw this person break down how he does animation on this app on the iPad, and I was like, man, I wish I could, because the thing about rap and music is like the lyrics are so like I don't know, animated. I'm like, wonder why more people didn't explore the animation route. Like I know Andre used to have his show, and you know, there's a couple of people that like delve into it, and then but I just like I just wish I knew how to do it. And so I started playing with it, and I started to get into it. I was like, oh, okay. So I do these little 1 second like rotoscoping things. And I've had quite a few people DM me like, yo, how much you charge to do mine? I'm like, y'all liked it? I just learned this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of cool, you know? But I'm enjoying that realm of like creating visual, because we're in a visual market. Like putting a logo saying, check out my song, they don't really do nothing on Instagram anymore. It used to be enough, but now it's like, you got to grab my attention before I heard anything. It's like, whoa, what is that?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
No, you know, you'd be surprised with sometimes just. I think I used to tell you this a lot. Just sometimes you just got to put stuff out there and see what the people gravitate towards. You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like,
I have like, I'm sure like y'all, the worst case overthinking. So if it ain't proper, I'm like, I ain't putting it out. But you know, you gotta put it out, put stuff out. I agree.
I'm such a fan of your work, and I have good memory. I remember you made a post that you don't cuss. A lot of people, probably people don't pay attention to this, but he don't cuss on his records.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So speak on that. I remember the story, Mike, but elaborate more. Like tell everybody, you know, because it was a story that went behind that.
Yeah, basically, I grew up. My family didn't cuss. My mama would on rare occasions when she just fed up, but she was like, "Boy, if you don't get your," and that's how you know it's serious. So cussing is a art form. You got to use it sparingly, but if you use it all the time, it dulls it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it does.
So, but I just grew up in a household where it wasn't like you ain't gonna be punished, but we just didn't cuss. So when I got into the hip hop world where it's like laden with like profanity, I'm like, oh, I'm finna cuss, I'm finna turn up, I'm finna say everything you think of. And as I got older, I knew that it felt uncomfortable. Like when I go to shows, you know, Chris, we'd be like, put your mother hands up, because everybody gets hyped. They jump.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't hear you. And so my little brother started to watch me, and he started to learn how to make beats. So everything I did, he mimicked, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. So he popped up at one of my shows, and I'm like, put your mother hands up. I go, and I see him in the crowd. I'm like, and then I talked to him. I was like, bro, I don't really cut. He's like, oh no, I ain't tripping. I know you got. I said, this is fake. Like, you know me as this, and then I'm doing it. I was like, man, I can't do this, man. This don't feel real. And what is the main thing about hip hop? Keep it real. Yeah. So I'm like, I gotta take this out because I just don't feel right. And I'm like, I'm creative enough to say everything around the cuss word and still make you feel the same impact. And I remember back in the day, Chameleon put out an album, the second album, Sound of Revenge.
I was just about to say that.
Sound of Revenge. We were in a record store, and a dude walked in. He's like, "This is new Chameleon." I was like, "Yep." I said, "Where the cussing version?" I said, "Ain't no cussing version." He's like, me. I was like, you didn't listen to it. Are we just programmed to just only be able to process that? I was like, the album went hard.
Oh, no, I was about to say, I actually remember when that came out, when I got both that CD and the other one, because he was saying that he don't want to put music out there where he just does not curse. He wants you to actually listen to the music. Yeah. And it's some comedians out there that it kind of like goes hand in hand with some of these comedians where they're saying like, if they just get them there cursing and cursing and cursing, where's the joke? What did you get out of that joke? Same thing with Groucho Marx. That's an old school comedian. He was saying that you get these comedians that get on stage and just cuss, but and be dirty with it. Like he finds the true art form in comedy when you aren't dirty or you telling the joke the right way and set up that punchline. So it's kind of like same thing what you talking about. So I dig
exactly. That. It's not that, and I never wanted to promote it like I don't cuss, because then automatically think, here we go, Will Smith. Or something.
Yeah, Will Smith be the butt of the joke.
Yeah, Will Smith. And I'm like, no, I'm not Will Smith. Like, listen to what I'm saying. Like, I'm still talking about dirty stuff. It's just I didn't use that word. So I never put out there I don't cuss, because that's, to me, that's a gimmick. I'm like, I still make the same type of music. I'm hard with it. I just don't use those words. And it was my brother, and it was a couple other reasons. I also talked at a school. My mom's friend told me to come talk to a school for career day since I did rap. They knew all the words to everything on the radio, Nicki Minaj, Drake. And I was like, I don't want to add to this stuff, because the kids are getting impacted. So I'm just like, I just need to, I know that I'm not making music for kids, but I'm just like, if I'm gonna live to a certain time and I can't take whatever I put out in the world back, at least I have control. Like, I'm proud to say that I put this material out there, and then I moved on to the next round. Because honestly, are we really gonna be jamming the same like type of music when we're 70? Probably not. Right. Rap, hip hop, music, the industry is all a business. So looking past the business, they only use words because they know that the certain demographic is going to gravitate toward it. Like my mama used to be like, why is all these new R&B artists? It's because it's a business. But it's like, I already know past the business. I just don't want to put nothing out there. I'm not going to be like my son here and be like, and I got to, oh, change that. I said something, oh, change that. Nah.
Yeah.
I think that's something being also just authenticity is important, right?
Authenticity.
You know, like a lot of rappers, like I'm not gonna, let's say like the Tekashis or better yet, like CB4. Remember the movie? Like they were gangster rappers living, but they were really suburb kids. Like a lot of artists out there, they become these fake personas, and you know, especially now with that street culture, they'll test you. You know, and it says something when you're able to put out your work and be in your craft, but you're able to be your true self. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. You're not busting guns and doing this and that. You know, you ain't got to. You ain't have. You can still make good music without
have to. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been around everything you could think of, bro. I've been around hood people. I've been around intellect. I've been around white suburban kids. I've been around it all. And you if you don't pay attention to what you're saying, you end up losing yourself. So I'm like, I don't really like saying this, and it's just not me. So if my music is not the forte of certain, if it's not for certain people, that's okay. I'm still gonna be me. Like art, you're supposed to do you and unapologetically, and that's it. So you know what I'm saying? Like if you can't tell I'm going harder than every rapper you listen to with cussing, then you just wasn't listening. Because you know what I'm saying? You don't need it. You just gotta be creative enough to like. And in the end, the radio edits it anyway. So you got to be able to be creative enough to figure out how to make a radio version anyway.
And I respect people. I respect the artists like that more who's saying, I'm not using curse words because like it makes your brain think and creatively come up with these lines and these verses to put out this music. I also feel you on that. We're not gonna be listening to the same music when we're 70. Homie, I listen to jazz when I'm cooking, when I'm cleaning. I'm a young old man. Straight up, bro.
I listen to my mama's music. I listen to Teddy Pendergrass, the Ozzy Brothers. I listen to that.
Right.
Like,
you know? And that's okay. To, you know, there's a period where you want like hard, edgy, because you feel it's edgy, and after a while you're like, bro, this is not edgy. This is everybody's saying the same thing.
Everybody is saying the same thing.
It's not a diss to hip hop or whatever.
No,
I still
it's not.
listen to it. I love it. But you grow up, and if you think about the period of which you listen to that music, it's a small window. It's a very small window. So do I want to contribute to this imagery, this lifestyle? I mean, no, not really. You know what I'm saying? I want to do this for the long run. And in the long run, you got to have some content to be talking about. Otherwise, you're going to burn yourself out trying to fake it. when you fake it, you run out of, you don't even know how to be creative. And you're like, dang, I don't know what to say. What do people want to hear? Instead, I'm like, what do I feel? That's where you want to be.
It Mike, and the one thing that I like about you, Mike, is that you have range when it comes down to your music. It's just not one thing. It's like hip hop, that's it, hip hop, that's it. Because that's how I was. I grew up listening to Nirvana and Red Hot Chili Peppers and Metallica and that, and then it goes into country like Brooks and Dunn. Them, and then I even go into techno. One of the guys, he passed away. He was DJ AM. Yeah, VC. Yeah. So I have range. I go from a lot of different music, and it's okay to do that, you know. But it's a lot of people that wouldn't be okay with that. It's like, oh man, that's not hard and that's not street enough. But your brain it needs to grow. It wants to expand, but you keeping it in that box, you know.
The inception of music.
Yeah.
The inception of music was built on borrowing and learning from cultures. The piano, which is the quintessential instrument of most music, was created by an Italian man.
Right.
And then the piano, we can fast forward to ragtime, which was in the South, Black people. And then you build off of that, you got blues and soul, you got country, like everything's borrowed and taken. And then you got the Congo music, everything's borrowed. So when you say, I only listen to this, you rob yourself of the vast, like, tree branches that is music, the tapestry of music. But it's okay if people like only want to listen. You know, I'm not.
Yeah, that's fine.
But you missed out on the richness of why, you know, the hi-hats do that on a hip hop song, because they borrowed from this, a James Brown record.
Right.
And James Brown borrowed from this. You'll see, like everything's connected.
Right.
You feel me?
I think what's good about you is that you're open to you're not tunnel vision, you know. You're able to accept you know, critique and being able to learn. You have to be a student of your craft. You know, I think you picked that up very well, where you're able to, I could tell that you know, you really look at what's out there and you study and you know.
Yeah, you have to. Y'all, just full disclosure, I used to sing Chris like 50 songs and he's like, I don't hear a hit. And I'm like, dang. So I'd have to just go back and keep working. Now, if you got an ego and you're like, man, that's a hit, I know what a hit is, you don't know what you're talking about, then you miss out on an opportunity to get better. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a hard hit to an artist, because, you know, you feel, but yeah, no, you gotta have thick skin, and you got to. I've been told by people like, oh man, when I had bad acne, you're like, man, the music's bumping, but we gotta fix that face. And I'm like a late teen.
I remember that journey. I remember that.
I was like, bruh, I got low self-esteem. You trying to kill me, man? So there's so many things that the world would just yaka. And if you ain't built for it, I tap out, bro. I'm not doing it. But if you just love it, you're like, I don't care. I got, you know, that make or break. You gonna figure out if you love it after you've been hit so many times and you keep getting up. It, like all these inspirational posts, like, keep going. They sound sweet, but when you really getting
when you in the trenches, man, you know,
I ain't trying to read no posts, like, you know,
no post is gonna help me.
Yeah, what post going? Because they cheesing in the post. They're like, you know, you got to keep it. Man, they done told me I was ugly. They slammed the door in my face. Ain't nothing fun about this. Like, you want to really inspire somebody, show somebody laid out like sweat, like looking crazy, and be like, keep going. Like, be like, yeah, that's what it looked like. It looked crazy. You know what I'm saying? You look tired. You look crazy in the post, and I believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, that's what's up, man. This dude just answered everything I had on my mind. I'm like, man, and it's crazy because, you know, we was talking about, you know, you deprive yourself from the good music that's out there. We just had a guy on there a couple weeks ago, Jake. Shout out to Jake, by the way, the MMA dad, where we was talking about music and how he has his own YouTube channel, and where he would take music from different countries and other places, and he'll listen to it and play it on his channel. And everybody would say, hey, you like that? Listen to this. You like that? Listen to this. And we could talk to Jake about music, you know, all day, and he just rap about it. And Caucasian guy, white guy. And, and that's another thing my dad taught me. Like, he was saying, if you stuck in the car with somebody that listens to something different than you and you don't like it, you better learn right now, be in the car with me. So my dad listened to rock, he listened to jazz, he listened to just pretty much every week, not too much rap, but you know, it was just so much music that's out there that you can listen to and just enjoy it and take in a lot of. So yeah, man.
It's a rich, and shout out to you for that shirt, because Prince happens to be my favorite artist. If I had to choose one artist,
hey, that's him. I told you, Mike. Yeah. Mike is the artist. He the one I asked the question about long time ago. Who was the best between Michael Jackson and
it's Prince, man. Prince. And I mean, all respect, but I've studied that man's bootleg songs, unreleased songs. I've studied his music, his sheet music. Yeah. Like that's my favorite, just because. And I went to Paisley Park. What was it? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
That
was a big argument on this show.
Yeah,
Michael Jackson or Prince. I say Michael is the better performer. The question was who had the better Super Bowl performance.
Right.
For me, it was Michael.
For me, it was Prince.
I don't know. Mike tore it down though, bro. Like, but Prince made it rain, so you kind of can't beat that.
Michael was on a billboard.
That is dope.
Prince made it rain. Do you understand? He made it rain. No, he didn't make it rain. Did he make it rain, or did that just happen?
No, that just, I mean, it happened at a perfect time. Like,
at a perfect time.
It happened at a perfect time. That's what made it so special.
That was real rain. That wasn't like.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was kind of too perfect, but you know.
my dad had me laughing one time. He was saying that he wanted us to do a skit one time about, you know, a husband and a wife going on their way to a stadium, NRG Stadium, whatever. And let's just say that these people were still alive. So you got Earth, Wind, and Fire. You have Prince. You have Michael Jackson. Who opening? Who closing? And I was like, man, oh man, that thing's.
I mean, honestly, I could say something, but I feel like there's no right answer.
There is no right answer for this.
It's really not. Yeah. That's tough.
There's no wrong. There is no right answer. I mean, he had a little bit more to it, to the skit. He was saying, and just think about, you know, your wife or girlfriend or whatever, you just happen to go with her. And she taking forever to get ready. And, you know, this is Prince, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and Michael Jackson. Yeah. Like that, I said, you gonna cause me to get in trouble with my wife or my girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah,
it's cause dissension in the household.
Yeah.
On some real team.
Baby, just meet me there.
Yeah. You know traffic gonna be bad in Houston. You trying to get over it? Like, nah, man.
I don't know. I could say something, but I feel like it's gonna be finished. I'm gonna give you my answer.
Go ahead,
bro. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
And again, sorry if I offend. Earth, Wind, and Fire is gonna open. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We know that much.
We got that.
I think Prince would be, you know, the next act, and then Mike could close it just because how many hits he got.
Yeah.
Okay.
That don't mean it's my favorite, whatever. Like they both, I love them both, but like he got so many hits. Like he can go on forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could see Prince being the body, and then he closes. Mike closes.
Yeah.
I could see
but
that.
I can also see it flip too. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Now, that would have been a great tour. That could. I wish that tour would have happened. Like the best that should have been the best of both worlds tour. Not on
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That is pretty much gonna come down to them two. Hey, ask Prince, do you want to close? Ask Mike, you want to close?
Yeah, it wouldn't have happened.
I got
yeah, it wouldn't have happened. It would not have happened.
No.
Yeah.
So is there any piece of advice that you would give any up and coming artists? Some young
artists
kids
like musicians or what?
Musicians, creators. What's the best piece of advice that you would give out to just someone just trying to get their start in any creative space?
A few things. Consistency. Find a way to be as consistent as possible. When it comes to being authentic, it's almost a prerequisite, because if you're trying to create some made up image, you will burn out, because you almost like lose yourself and you don't even know what to do. But when you're yourself, unapologetically, you never run out of stuff to say. So find that space. Don't be consumed by likes or fame or all of that. A lot of that stuff is really this gassed up thing. Like it's not important. You know what I'm saying? It's not important. Like chasing virality and all that. I've had so many companies and businesses saying, we want to work with you, we want to go viral. I'm like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, virality is so random. It's not algorithm generated. It's random. A song from 1993 went viral. I'm like, bro, who would have guessed this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't guess it. You can't make a viral song. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that Fleetwood Mac song went viral last year. From
From
out of the blue. Like, and then everybody was on Fleetwood Mac, and I'm like, I've been on Fleetwood Mac.
Okay. So then if somebody hit me up, I want a Fleetwood Mac song since that's viral. No, you don't.
No.
Because we've already done it.
Exactly.
It's already done.
Exactly.
So we're on to something else now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, chasing virality is like the dog chasing his tail. It ain't gonna make no sense. And that's not to discourage people, but my thing is, don't chase this fame thing. Chase trying to give the best content, be yourself, and try to give be a source of what do you call it? Of helping people. You want to be in the business of service. That's what all entrepreneurship is. It's in the business of how can I help you? You know, when I started making content about like not just entertainment, but like, all right, this is how I write a verse, or this is how I do this, so this is that. If I put it on my story, people are like, dang, I know that. That's tight. So when you're in the service of giving people things, when it's time for you to be like, I just dropped something, they're gonna support it. They'll be like, oh, bet you gave me all this, you know, for sure, I support it. So if you have anything that you can provide for people as a service, you know, always focus on that. But it's not for everybody, but I'm just saying I've learned that, you know, give what you can. But the bottom line for anybody that created, man, find the truth in everything you make. That's my last point. By that, it doesn't mean like be deep in everything you say, but there's always gonna be something that you feel in your heart that you need to do or say, and that's your truth. And just find it and stick to it, and be unwavering when people come around or they're like, yo, you know, we could do this for that, but find your truth, because that'll keep you going for 10 years. That'll keep you going for 20 years. Always find the truth. There's the truth that everybody has, and you got to find it.
Right.
That's good stuff.
And that's a journey we gotta keep doing.
Now, Mike, before I let you go, I thought about this to ask you. I'm gonna go down memory lane. Mike has a great heart, bro, because I remember back in the day, right? This was in high school, and this is before everybody had their own computer studio, because it's like millions of people.
Oh my God, I know what he's about to say.
Now, you already know, Mike. So at the time, Mike was the only one that had that set up at his house. I believe it was probably him and Chains. Remember? Okay, Links. So Mike was the only one, and Chains too, but everybody wanted to go over to Mike's house to record. So it was like the Swisher house back in the day, because I remember it was the weekend was about to come, right? And everyone was asking. They said, hey, we all going over to Mike's house. Mike, you coming? Well, his name is Mike too, Michael Burton. Mike Burton, Keybeaux. It's like, you going over to Mike's house? I was like, yeah, I'll go. And then I thought about it. I was hearing it from 4 other people, then 4 other people, and 4 other people. So everybody's going over to Mike's house. This ain't Mike's house. This is Mama's house. Okay. This is my man, his daddy's house. And at the time, I was going through something, and I had to walk a fine line because my mom was going through a lot, and I didn't want to get in trouble. So I let a lot of stuff slide, and I stayed incognito and underneath the radar in high school. Just graduate and move on, you know. So I thought about that. I was like, no, I'm not going, because it sounds like trouble. That sounds like trouble. So the next Monday, the next week that came, it was like, man, it was so many people at Mike's house. it was like 1,000, man. They had this person here, that person here, this person here, that person here, and everybody wanted to rap. Everybody in that house wanted to rap. And I remember Mike came to me and was like, man, my mom was tripping, man. I said, man, what happened? And Kendrick, God rest his soul, Kendrick said it too. Kendrick was like, bro, there were so many people in Mike's house over the weekend.
In my room, not in my house, in my
small room. And he was like, bro, man, it was so many people, bro. His mama got mad, his daddy got mad. And I'm like, yeah, I'm so glad I ain't go. Because, man, I mean, that mama, I done heard that mama cuss out. I got that a lot, but that daddy cuss out is different. That hit different, because my daddy, I don't know about it.
Man, even off that.
It was one of the funniest stories when, just to condense it, just to close it. The room is small. It was like, you can't tell the size. It was 20 people. It was a girl in there. You know, having a girl in your room was a no-no in high school. It was a random girl in there. I'm like, who are you?
I forgot about that. Yeah.
It's like, okay, we got a girl in here, okay. And then me and then 2 other people were rapping on this little box. I'm like, who else gonna freestyle? It's 20 dudes on the wall, like, we good.
Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, we trying to see what's going on. I'm like, y'all want to rap? Nah, we just watching y'all. I was like, come on, man.
And why did y'all come? I remember that because that was a big issue. Because you said that it's like, man, all them people here, there was only like 2 people that wanted to rap. That was it. It's like, why are y'all in my house if you're not going to rap?
But you know
when
what?
My mama found out, they all upstairs in my room, and she was so I had to start sneaking people 3 at a time down the stairs. I'm like, okay, go. Okay. It was so many people. I was like, it was crazy. But I think the legend got bigger than it is. Like, it's like, man, we had Mike Jones there. It was just a bunch of high school.
It got bigger than what it. Absolutely. I'm like, with all them people there, y'all should have did a whole little June 28th freestyle.
But you know what though? That says a lot about you. Even in college, I can remember we used to stay close to campus, and your house was the spot to be at. Everybody come over, chill, have a few laughs. I even jumped on the song one time.
Yeah.
I should hear that. But wouldn't it? But everybody, you know, you're such a talent, right? Because your production, you're such a good producer. So everybody wanted to get a beat from Keybeaux. Everybody wanted to come over there, do a verse with Keybeaux. You know, so it was just like that speaks a lot to your talent because you had that environment. You had that talent. Everybody wanted to work with you. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. And one more thing, I wouldn't recommend anybody doing that, whether high school or college, because I got robbed twice for my studio stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, where my stuff at? So everybody who up in there watching, there was one person that was really watching, like, how much that cost? Oh, it's about $200. He's like, nice. So I wouldn't recommend it. It's funny to me now, but like, I was just like, bro, you can't let all these people that you don't know in your house.
Growing pains, you live, you learn, man. You live, you learn.
But it was fun. It was super fun.
At the time, I was like, damn, I should have went, but now I'm like,
nah, you ain't missed nothing.
I'm glad I didn't go.
Man, brother, we greatly appreciate your time, man. So many gems you dropped, and thankful, man. I gotta meet you, man. Because I'm just like, man, I don't know when, but man, we appreciate you. Thank you for taking your time out.
Tell us how we can follow you. Tell people how they can follow you, find you on social media.
Thank you. I was drawing a blank.
I'm on YouTube. Just type in Keybeaux, Keybeaux. Instagram is where I'm most active. I'm also on Fiverr. If you type in Burton M6, Burton M6, you'll see my face pop up. So if anybody who's wanting some work of any capacity of rapping, hit me up. That's pretty much where a lot of YouTubers and podcast people, they've all found me through that means. So, but yeah, my name's Keybeaux, and also on Apple Music, Spotify, I'm on there as well. So hit me up, man.
Cool.
So,
and we got a little special treat for the audience. We're gonna let you toss to one of your videos so they can kind of check some of that good music out that you do there.
Okay, yeah, this one was this is called On Point. I did with my boy Young Martez, straight out of Houston. We did this last year. It was so live, so much fun, and produced by my brother John Boy. So On Point, baby, y'all check that out. Yeah,
appreciate you, John. Appreciate you, Mike, man.
Appreciate you, Mike.
Brother.
Appreciate you.
Good to meet you, bro.
Many blessings to you and your family, man. Be safe out there. Continue to do what you do. Spread that positive message. Be you. And like, well, you already know that. I ain't much got to tell you that, man. You gonna do you.
So, likewise, James, Mike, Chris, you already know, bro. I had a blast. You know what I'm saying?
Man, likewise, homie. Be safe out there, man.
All right, y'all too.
Later.
Peace.
People tell me don't get caught up in my past. I guess I was way too caught up in my act, trying to flip and trying to double up a bag. Compensating for everything that I never had. Now look at me, you better know. A worker turned boss, now I'm really CEO. I had my last job like over 3 years ago. I got my mind right, sharper than I was before. Ain't no more crabs in a barrel, I'm lifting up another. Ain't no more limitations because of my skin color. Speak it to existence, the limit is the sky. Open my third eye, ain't no way they can deny. Yeah, my time, I knew it was gonna come. Ay, took a little minute, now I'm on point. Okay, I don't see how they be having the energy to pretend. Either we family or we not. I ain't never had friends. They say love will get you killed. Well, what happened when they hate? You can give them something to eat and a nigga still watch your plate. But once you stop feeding them, they gon' swear to God you fake. But how I'm fake when I'm the one that made sure you always ate. Everything be all great till you can't feed them no more fish. They done got what all they want and now they want you out the list. By how I felt when you was starving and they ain't wanna feed you. It's crazy how life be, cause now them same people need you. Young Martez. I knew it was gon' come. Ay, took a little minute, now I'm on point. Now I'm on point. Ay, now I'm on point. Yeah. Okay, people let it talk, what have they done? Got my game tight, yes, they won. I'm on point. Ay, now I'm on point. Ay, my time, I knew it was gon' come. Now I'm on point. Ay, now I'm on point. Yeah. Okay, people let it talk, what have they done? Got my game tight, yes, they won. I'm on point. Ay, now I'm on point. Ay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the point in time of this segment where we talk about acting the fool. We give we pretty much tell everybody who's been being stupid, being an idiot, being an ass, being a dumbass, all that and above. So, Chris, go ahead and take it away, homie.
All right, well, I got two stories for you. The first one comes from AP News. Happened in Freiburg, Maine, right? So a cop was recently banned, right? He lost his job. You want to know what he did to lose his job?
What do you do?
Enlighten us.
Well, a former Maine police chief, he was a chief, by the way, wanted to skip out of a public meeting so badly that it cost him his career. A law enforcement oversight board decided to revoke his license as a police chief. His name was Joshua Potvin. After the investigation found that Potvin, who had been chief for 6 years, invented a suspicious person report so he can ditch a Freiburg Board of Selectmen meeting in February of last year.
Oh, hell no.
And so he went to the extent of they went after the investigation. It pretty much it's like fraud for the police, right? He pretty much what he did was he texted one of his officers asking them to call him out of a meeting. Then Potvin then drove to his cruiser to Freiburg Fairgrounds, where he then used the computer in his cruiser to create a false entry in the department dispatch system that said he drove there in response to a report of a suspicious person. The academy found he also entered a fairground employee's license plate number into the entry. And so, yeah, he did all that just to get out of a meeting. And in the end, he waived his right to appeal because he was wrong for what he did. And he resigned and, he's out of the job.
This dude.
And he's barred from working in Maine law enforcement again.
Ooh. All that just to get out of a meeting when you could have just called in sick.
Yeah, pretty much.
Set yourself up for failure. Bye-bye pension. But it still gets paid. No, that's...
Yeah. He resigned, so maybe.
He resigned, okay.
He's still going to get his money.
He's still going to get his money.
Yeah.
Okay. But still, though, man, all that. Once. See what line get you, kids?
Yeah.
See
just
what
tell
line
the truth.
Get your ass.
Tell the truth.
See what line get your ass in. See?
Oh, my God.
Gosh.
And so, so that was crazy. So this other story. Now this one from the Huffington Post happened in Miami, Florida. Shout out to them. Let me ask y'all, what would y'all do to boost the Instagram page, your own personal Instagram page, or get followers on your Instagram page? What is the extreme that you would go to?
The extreme I would go to?
Yeah.
I don't think I got too many.
Not
too many. Just stay consistent and continue to post and
do some skits.
Some skits. And I know skits to land you in jail, or those kind of skits.
Well, there's this 28-year-old woman who wanted to promote her Instagram page, attempted to blend in with students at a Miami area high school. Um, the stunt was at American Senior High School, landed Audrey Fasisquini in jail, where she's facing charges of burglary, interfering with a school function, and resisting arrest without violence. Uh, so it started out, Francis, we're gonna call her Miss Audrey because her last name is kind of hard to pronounce. Uh, so Audrey had started handing out pamphlets with her Instagram account printed on it, and then she snuck on the campus about 8:30 on Monday, and she had a black backpack, carried a skateboard, and she walked through the hallways. And security tracked her down, and she was just wandering the hallways while students were in classrooms. According to the arrest report, she was telling people she was looking for the registration office, and investigators said she headed toward the registration office but did not enter. Instead, she continued walking through the hallways, talking to students.
Oh, hell no.
Security officers tried to catch up with her, but she didn't stop. She notified the office of, well, they notified the office of a security threat on campus. She was walking across the faculty parking lot, and they told her to stop, but she continued to walk and tried to get in her car. And, you know, they tracked her down through her Instagram page and arrested her on Monday in North Miami Beach. And so, yeah, the school system, they'll be doing a full review of the incident just to see, you know, how did she sneak into the school and then lose several security precautions. So.
Oh my God.
But she got them followers, I hope.
Oh, hey, all that for a follow.
All that for a follow. It's just it just what Mike said, you know, man. It's not that important.
Right.
No.
And it's like when you see this lady, you were like 20, you try to pass for high school? Really?
And it be the older ones, like in our age bracket, like 30 plus years old. Like, bro, you remember when you was a kid and teenager? It wasn't no Instagram, it wasn't no likes, it wasn't that. I mean, come on, man.
Don't let them likes in comments gas you up, man. I was I ain't gonna say I was a victim of it, but I could have been with Sissy Stringer. Shout out to Sissy. Melina is bae. But still, man, you got to control yourself, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life.
I mean, all that. I mean, she was dressed with a backpack and a skateboard. Do they still do that in school? I don't know. Back in the.
I mean,
how do you?
That's why they spotted her out. They was. You know,
and then they print a printed flyer. Right there. That's how they knew right there. A printed flyer.
Ma'am, come here. Come here.
Printed flyer?
Come here. When you see these two fingers, somebody do that. Come here.
That's when you know.
That's when you know it's over. It's over. It's not good for you.
It is so stupid. Like you trying to get away, but you done handed out flyers with your Instagram page. That's how they tracked it down. It's like,
it's over.
Yeah.
Quote Bill Duke.
And this
you know you fucked up, right?
What Martin said, man, sit your dumb man. Oh man.
People. Oh, the characters. Here on the Just Acting Up Show, we have our moments where we give flowers to individuals that have been doing their thing out in the community and helping out everybody, or just, you know, just like giving people their flowers, man, because we all, like Mike was saying, we have to give the people their flowers now they're here and alive and well to receive them flowers and, you know, embrace that, man. So the person we want to highlight today, give a big shout out to Trey the Truth. He is receiving a Changemaker Award at the 2021 Billboard Music Awards. And it says, it's not in me to stop. So I'm not gonna get into the full details of it, but we all know here in Houston what Trey the Truth does. We see him out there during all the Hurricane Harveys and Hurricane Katrina, everything this man does, putting out his own money to help people out and to spread that positivity, to spread happiness, to spread helping others out. And I can't do nothing but applaud the man in the recording booth, you dropping music, and with what he does outside of that recording booth as well. So well deserved for that award on Billboard, man. And ain't that something? They kicked him. I'm sorry, I'm about to go into how they don't they banned him from certain radio stations.
In Houston.
Yeah, in Houston. And the fact that he's receiving an award from the Billboard Music, come on, man. So
Well, that's one of those things where, you know, he used his opportunity and the platform that he had outside of Houston, right? And he really just used his platform to be something bigger than music. You know, he used his platform in a good way to help others. You know, he uses celebrity to help others and his influence. You know, so although he may not, you know, get the radio play like he like, or you know, get the traction that he want musically, the platform that he and the celebrity he did have, he used that in a way to still be able to reach and touch others, and that's dope. You know, that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Trey been out helping people way before Hurricane Harvey.
yeah.
He had Trey Day. He was building playgrounds on yeah, in Houston. So Trey has always been like the big brother of Houston. He looks out, you know, and it's expanding more. Like, you know, Atlanta and all kind of different parts in the South, everywhere actually. He was a vocal point. He was one of the vocal points during the George Floyd, and he flew to Minnesota soon as it happened. So he's been in the forefront, and that's cool, man. That's real. That's how it's supposed to be. You know, I hate that they banned Trey in Houston, music wise. But now that it's social media, I mean, you know, social media and the streaming platform is like you could just get on your phone and you could listen to Trey all day. You know, so that's a good thing. But yeah, Trey has always been he's been looking out for people. So it's well overdue. I'm glad he getting his just due.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give these people their flowers now. And so big shout out to Trey. True, keep doing what you do, homie. But we ain't gotta tell you that. We already know you gonna do it. So
Right.
Yeah.
Salute.
He even brought a truck where he can ride through the water to come get you.
ain't that something?
Yeah.
Man, let's
Him
do
and
this.
him and Mr. Rogers, DJ Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
Was that the relief
DJ,
game?
yeah, the relief gang. Yeah, the relief gang.
A good show. Good, man. Another awesome show. I think this is number 16 right there. So great, yeah, man. Great guest. Just great things, man. He was dropping some gems, like, man, okay.
Shout out to Keybeaux, man.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
Big shout out to him, man. So with that being said, like us, follow us, like us. You know, all social media platforms, Spotify, Our Radio, Spotify. We was on that as well too. And I know it's something else. I'm always forgetting something
Pandora.
else. Pandora. Thank you.
Yeah.
Pandora as well. We are on all of that. We're gonna try to get some skits out there for y'all so y'all can enjoy us and see what we do because we got some crazy stories for days. Mike and Chris, y'all got some stories where it's like, man, what is going on? And my random silliness too is a recipe for all these skits. So yeah, man. So we out there. We out here, man. So yeah. Also big shout out to the Cupcake Kitchen Houston. That was awesome, man. They were really good. That was delicious.
Man, I
So
was hungry watching you take food. I was like,
man,
oh, that looked good.
Yeah, I seen. Yeah,
hey, man,
absolutely.
support your black-owned businesses, man. So
Support your black-owned business.
support us. Yeah, support them. Support us, man. So we gotta get out of here. Y'all have any words of positivity? Anything y'all want to give out to the people before we head out?
Everybody just stay safe. If you gotta wear a mask, wear a mask. Don't ask no questions.
Everybody be safe out there, man.
Yeah, y'all please be safe. And if y'all have any barbecues going on, y'all invite your boys or something like that. Well, actually, no, I gotta get back on this diet real quick, man. So yeah, keep a lookout of us on our social media plays on IG. We're gonna be dropping some videos for y'all throughout the week. Stay tuned to that as we get these skits ready. So, all right.
Alrighty.
That's it, man.
Peace.